Hey everyone, I'm just here with you for a quick few minutes. I'm having this awareness unfold for me this morning that I wanted to share, and there's separately something that I had wanted to share already. So here I go, bringing this to you. One is I wanted to bring today on Love Day, Valentine's Day, I wanted to bring you this compilation in a video of people talking about what love is, how they would describe love. And I was inspired to do that by a friend who I realized is very resistant to love and very uncomfortable with the word and undervalues the word. And I realized that my friend is not unlike a lot of people who are not comfortable with the concept of love. So I decided to ask some people that were appearing on my podcast and otherwise how they would describe and define the idea of love. So that is coming. The other thing is that I have this awareness unfolding after listening to this morning the Reverend Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith on YouTube. And he was talking about not having expectations when we pray or meditate, to be in the experience. And I was kind of resistant to that because I feel that, there's some things that we just hope for, right? We just, we're talking to God and we can't deny that we want something to take place. But the more that he was talking, the more I started to realize that it's really about us being open to what is and what can be for us. That's what it is about. And for example, I've talked about before that I feel very connected spiritually to my loved ones who have passed on, to my parents and my brothers. And that spiritual connection is so essential to me. It's so very essential for me. And I always, when someone loses uh, a loved one, a parent, especially if it's a parent, I know that that parent is never going to leave their child. They're just not going to. And so, in the case of, say, my mom might be right here beside me in the same room. But if I'm not open to her being here and connecting with her, then she's just here. She's just here. But if I'm willing and want to connect with my mother, then I will have sensibilities about her when she does come and connect with me. Hopefully, she probably comes more than I'm aware of, but I think you get the point that I'm making. I have to be willing to engage. And it is the same thing for us when it comes to God. We have to be willing to engage, right? And when we pray, that is expressing our willingness. When we meditate, that is expressing our willingness. And so when it comes to other aspects of what God has for us, such as our divine right to joy, our divine right to abundance, whatever we want that abundance to be, whether it's material, whether it is not material. Maybe it's just a feeling. Maybe it is that feeling of joy. Joy is, as my dear friend Jania would say, joy is your birthright. Joy is your birthright as a child of God. Because you're you, joy is your birthright. So it is about being willing to connect to that divine joy, to connect to that well of divine abundance, which is also your birthright. And that is what my uh, unfolding awareness is. And I've been thinking about how some things are taking place in my life that I have been wanting to happen for quite a while. And I think getting back to Dr. Bernard Beckwith for a moment, in one of his recordings from many years ago, he'll say, and I'm sure he said it more than once, that You can change your life in a year. You can change your life in a month. You can change your life in a week, in one day, in 1 hour. And that's generally the way that he puts it. And when I think about that idea, it is that this abundance is available as much as we're willing to have it available to us. So I just mentioned there's some things that have been unfolding that I have long been wanting to happen, and they're happening, or they have happened organically. And I think that that has been a matter of what my willingness has been. So I hope this is connecting. I want to quickly share something from A Course in Miracles, because in thinking about this, a paragraph related to what is available to us in a divine way and our willingness uh, is coming to mind. And something else regarding this and regarding the idea of love, something that um, Michael Bernard Beckwith said this morning. He was saying that consciousness is your best asset. And I didn't know what that meant when he first said it. But now I'm getting an understanding of that. What I was just sharing, being willing to sit in prayer with God, the universe, our higher power, whoever that or whatever that divine entity is for you, Jesus, being willing to sit in connection, in prayer, in meditation, that is consciousness. That experience is your best asset. And he also said, just in the experience of being out here in the world, he also said that some people don't want to be whole. Some people, everyone is not on at the same place in the journey, because A Course in Miracles says that we'll all get there. We will all come to that ultimate knowing and awareness. It's not possible that we won't, because each of us each human is a wholly loved, created child of God. So anyway, in closing, I want to share this paragraph from A Course in Miracles, and it is Jesus talking, and he says, and I don't have my glasses, so I'm making this out, but this is absolutely my favorite paragraph in this book. It's the most holy paragraph to me. And it says, I stand within the holy instant. That's Jesus talking. I stand within the holy instant, as clear as you would have me. And the extent to which you learn to accept me is the measure of time in which the holy instant will be yours. I call to you to make the holy instant yours at once. For the release from littleness in the mind of the host of God depends on willingness and not on time. I'm going to read this one more time so I make sure I have it right, because, I can't really see. I stand within the holy instant, as clear as you would have me, and the extent to which you learn to accept me is the measure of the time in which the holy instant will be yours. I call to you to make the holy instant yours at once. For the release from littleness in the mind of the host of God depends on willingness and not on time. So there we have it. Happy Love Day. Let's start healing.